I got asked by Phoenix Glass to review these grinders, specially made for stained glass. We'll start with the grinder 1 and then we go on to 2 and later on 3. I've been making stained glass for 14 years and all those years I used the Crystal 1S, so I really am excited to see what the grinder offers to this community. And I'm curious to see if it's easy to assemble, especially for first-time users, so let's see. The first kit is the grinder 1, which has all the goodies that we need. We unpacked everything looks neat and very slick, but we are working based on feeling, because the booklet that came with it wasn't very clear in the instructions as to how it's supposed to be fit together, so we just kind of puzzled away and figured out how to assemble everything. This one comes with a built-in light, which is super nice. We added some water, which was too much, so we had to pour something away, which we used a sponge for that, because yeah, we really didn't want to move it around. And whilst Laura was taking away some water, I was still contemplating if the brush was placed correctly, because it didn't seem to fit quite good. But we decided to place it back on the place we started with. Then we placed everything back and we tried our first piece of glass with the grinding. The first piece we tried to grind didn't come out as we wanted to. It was way too rough, so maybe we thought the stone was a bit more rough than we are used to. But then we decided to push a little bit harder against the grinding stone and then it came out quite alright. After that we decided to use a curve, trying to see if that worked in one go, which it did. And then after that Laura decided to try out a smaller piece, which also just worked great. Here you see the result. Next we tried to use the elevation part for smaller pieces that came with it. It is quite annoying that you have a little less room to remove your grinding stone easily. And then we placed the elevation part on top of it, but yeah, it didn't came with the needed stone to use it, so we couldn't try it out, sadly. After that it was time to clean and make a summary of all the ups and downs of this machine. You have a lot of space with this grinder, you have a lot of light, which is nice, it looks sleek, but also it's quite difficult to assemble, especially for a first time user. For me personally it's also just a little bit too big. Let's go to the grinder 2, which has a more simplistic approach to the packaging, which I quite actually like. A few familiar pieces. In the booklet there's a little bit more information, but still not as much for the assembly, but we now know how to use it, so here we go. Also the brush to keep your grinding stone cool fits way better in this one. And I really like the size way better of this. Everything seems to fit way better and I'm quite excited to try it out. This one did not come with a light or a guard for your face, for the splinters, so we tried to use the one of the grinder one, but it didn't fit, so you need to have another one that is especially meant for this one. After the grinding first piece, yeah, we're quite happy with it. The only thing I am annoyed about is that you have to remove the stone if you would want to clear out your basin without moving your machine. I do prefer the grinder 2 over the first one. You have enough space to work with, it's still sleek, it's smaller so you can put it away easier. Just a shame that it doesn't come with the face shield. Okay, onto the grinder 3. It is their latest design, it's smaller, it's supposed to be more efficient and just simplistic in everything. So we'll see. Easy unpacked, and it is all the starting tools that you need to get started with your grinding process. So this one has a unique feature. It has a little plug so you can drain your water away more easily as you would think. However, your machine needs to be standing at a place where the water can actually go somewhere. So yeah, to us it didn't really add something to it. Also, I would definitely forget that the plug is in or not. So here we are assembling everything and then we're ready to try everything out. Also, this one doesn't have a face shield with it and it doesn't have a plug for a light source. But we stumbled on a bigger problem, mainly the motor. To show you, we put the grinder 2 next to it. It's on the right now. And you'll hear the difference in pushing your glass against the grinder in a second. So the grinder 3 can't handle really great power. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a letdown for sure, this machine. So conclusion as to the grinders. The grinder 3, yeah, no go. The grinder 1, so the first and biggest one, it's okay, it didn't impress me much. I do prefer the grinder 2 over all of these 3.